Imagine trying to fall asleep in a place so cold your breath freezes mid-air, where the temperature outside can drop to negative 84 degrees Fahrenheit and exposed skin freezes in seconds. For most of us, even a slightly chilly bedroom is enough to disrupt a night's sleep. But for the Inuit, sleeping in these brutal Arctic conditions isn't just possible, it's normal. No electric blankets, no central heating, just centuries of knowledge, resilience, and ingenious survival strategies passed down through generations. So, how exactly do they do it? Let's uncover the extraordinary methods that allow the Inuit to fall asleep and stay asleep in one of the coldest environments on Earth. The first defense against Arctic cold: what you wear, day and night. For the Inuit, clothing isn't just for comfort, it's survival armor. Every stitch, every layer, is designed to hold warmth and keep deadly cold out. Their traditional outerwear, especially the amautai, a parka designed specifically for mothers to carry infants, embodies both practicality and protection. It's constructed using multiple layers of caribou fur, one of nature's best insulators. Why caribou? Each square inch of hide can contain up to 700,000 hollow hairs, which trap air and lock in body heat. These hairs are so efficient, they outperform many modern synthetic fabrics in retaining warmth. The Inuit don't just wear fur, they engineer it. The layering system is also key. The innermost layer pulls moisture away from the skin. The middle layer adds insulation. The outer layer, often windproof and snow-resistant, shields against the elements. Even footwear is precision-made. Boots called kamiks are stitched from seal skin or caribou, lined with dry moss for moisture control, and worn with insulated stockings. Hoods are trimmed with thick fur ruffs that break the wind and create a microclimate around the face. But here's where it defies modern habits. Inuit people sleep in these clothes. In sub-zero temperatures, undressing is a risk no one can afford. The air inside an igloo may be warmer than outside, but it's still far below freezing. Removing clothing would mean exposing the skin to frostbite within minutes. And then there's the body itself. The traditional Inuit diet, rich in fat from marine mammals, doesn't just fuel the day. It builds a layer of biological insulation. This body fat acts as a buffer between internal organs and the external cold, helping retain heat from within. In the Arctic, your clothing is an extension of your shelter. It doesn't come off when you lie down. It becomes your sleeping bag, your heater, and your shield. Because when the cold is fierce enough to freeze your breath mid-air, survival isn't about style or comfort. It's about smart design, wise traditions, and never wasting a single degree of heat. In the Arctic, how you heat your sleeping space can mean the difference between a restful night and life-threatening frostbite. But forget roaring fires and piles of blankets. The Inuit take a completely different approach, one shaped by thousands of years of experience. Open flames? Too risky. Inside an enclosed space like an igloo, fire eats up precious oxygen, fills the air with moisture that quickly refreezes on the walls, and poses a real danger in a compact snow structure. Instead, the Inuit turn to something far more clever: the seal oil lamp, or kulik. These flat stone lamps burn a slow, steady flame fueled by seal or whale oil, using a moss wick carefully trimmed to control the heat. The kulik doesn't just provide light, it radiates a gentle, dry warmth that's safe to use all night long. No smoke, no flare-ups, just efficient, consistent heat, perfected over generations. But the real secret to warmth? Each other. In traditional Inuit homes, families sleep close together, often shoulder to shoulder, wrapped under a shared layer of thick furs. This isn't just for bonding, it creates a collective heat source, where body warmth is pooled and preserved. In a tightly built igloo, this method alone can raise the interior temperature by 30 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit above the outside air. It's not unusual for a well-insulated igloo at negative 84 degrees Fahrenheit outside to hover around negative 40 degrees Fahrenheit or warmer inside, thanks almost entirely to the people inside it, and they plan ahead. The next day's clothing isn't left out to freeze. It's tucked between layers of sleeping furs, or even against the body overnight. That way, when morning comes, every item is already warm and pliable. Because in this environment, slipping into ice-cold boots or pants isn't just uncomfortable. It could damage the skin or slow reaction time when you need it most. Even the sleeping surfaces are thoughtfully arranged. A raised sleeping platform inside the igloo captures rising warm air, while layered hides, fur down for insulation, fur up for comfort, create a bed that traps body heat like a natural thermal blanket. No part of this system is accidental. Everything has a purpose. Every lamp, every fur, every sleeping position. It's not luxury, it's logic. The kind you need when you're sleeping in a freezer and still plan to wake up strong. In the freezing silence of the Arctic night, your biggest threat might not be the cold, it might be your own mind. When temperatures drop to -84 degrees Fahrenheit, the body's natural response is panic. Heart rate spikes, breathing quickens, muscles tense, but all of this burns energy and sheds precious body heat. The Inuit, however, have learned to stay calm on purpose. Through controlled breathing, they slow their heart rate and reduce heat loss from rapid exhales. Each slow, measured breath helps conserve warmth and calms the mind, transforming panic into focus. They also use visualization, a mental technique where they picture warmth spreading through their limbs or recall the heat of a summer day. And it works. Studies show this kind of focused attention can increase blood flow to certain parts of the body by up to 15%. Over time, their minds adapt too. The cold is no longer pain, it's just a sensation. This kind of mental reframing helps prevent the stress response that wastes energy and disrupts sleep. Out here, sleep starts in the mind, and staying warm isn't just physical, it's psychological mastery. The longer you live in the cold, the more your body changes, and for the Inuit, those changes are built into their biology. Unlike newcomers who shiver at the slightest chill, the Inuit shiver less. Their bodies have adapted to conserve energy, maintaining warmth through improved blood flow to extremities instead of wasting calories on constant trembling. This adaptation goes deeper than skin. Their nervous systems adjust, responding to the cold more efficiently. Blood vessels constrict less, circulation stays stronger, and instead of fighting the cold, their bodies learn to work with it. Even sleep changes. Studies show that people living long-term in Arctic climates fall asleep faster and enter deep sleep more quickly, a natural response to maximize rest in short, frigid nights. Their brain waves reflect this shift, showing patterns optimized for recovery in extreme environments. For the Inuit, this isn't just about tolerance, it's evolution in action. The cold may be brutal, but over generations, their bodies have learned how to sleep right through it. When it comes to surviving Arctic nights, the igloo isn't just a snow dome, it's a masterpiece of thermal engineering. Built entirely from blocks of snow, it might seem counterintuitive at first. How can something made of frozen water keep you warm? The secret lies in the snow itself. Fresh, compacted snow is made up of 95% trapped air, and that air acts as an incredibly effective insulator. Once carved and shaped into walls, those snow blocks form a barrier that traps warmth while blocking the brutal Arctic wind. The dome shape of the igloo isn't just aesthetic, it's scientific genius. This curved design minimizes the surface area exposed to the cold while maximizing internal heat circulation. Warm air rises and gently flows along the dome's ceiling, eliminating cold spots and keeping the entire space more uniformly heated. But one of the most important features is actually the part you don't sleep in, the entrance tunnel. It's dug lower than the main living area, taking advantage of a basic principle of physics. Cold air sinks. This tunnel traps cold air and prevents it from seeping into the main room. The result? A natural thermal buffer that protects the warmth generated inside. But what happens when there's no igloo, no shelter at all, just miles of open tundra and temperatures plummeting to -84 degrees Fahrenheit? Inuit hunters and travelers often rely on fast, improvised solutions. One of the most effective? Snow caves. Dug into packed drifts, these shelters can be built in under an hour and offer a shocking benefit. They can be up to 50 degrees warmer inside than the outside air. When even that isn't possible, a simple snow wall windbreak can make a life-saving difference, reducing wind chill by up to 25 degrees. No tent, no gear, just knowledge, instinct, and a deep understanding of how to bend the Arctic to your will, even when it's trying to freeze you out. In the Arctic, what you eat before bed isn't about comfort, it's about staying alive. For the Inuit, a high-fat meal before sleep is a must. Foods like muktuk, whale skin and blubber, along with seal fat and even raw, frozen meats, provide a dense, slow-burning source of energy. These fats don't just feed the body, they fuel its internal furnace. It's all thanks to something called diet-induced thermogenesis, the heat your body generates just by digesting food. And fat, with its 9 calories per gram, produces the most. One serving of seal blubber can generate enough heat to last through the night. Then there's a kutak, sometimes called Eskimo ice cream. This mix of animal fat, berries, and snow isn't dessert. It's survival disguised as a snack, designed to release energy gradually while you sleep. Even the timing of nutrients is strategic. Protein-rich foods are eaten earlier in the evening, while high-fat meals are saved for just before bed, creating waves of heat production that carry into the coldest hours. And hydration? It's handled with care. Too much fluid before bed could mean stepping out into negative 80 degrees Fahrenheit for a bathroom break. Not ideal. Instead, fatty broths offer both hydration and calories in one efficient, heat-generating package. It's not just dinner, it's thermal engineering from the inside out. In the Arctic, a well-fed body is a warm body. So how do the Inuit fall asleep at negative 84 degrees Fahrenheit? It's not one trick. It's a complete survival system, crafted over thousands of years. Clothing that insulates like high-tech gear. Shelters that trap warmth with snow, food that turns digestion into a heater, mental focus that calms the body and controls the cold from within. To an outsider, it looks impossible, but to the Inuit, it's simply life refined by nature, necessity, and tradition. In the Arctic, sleep isn't just rest. It's an act of adaptation, resilience, and quiet brilliance. And that, more than anything, is what keeps them warm through the coldest nights on Earth.